The PC that we're going to build today is a $1,250 pure performance gaming PC. This is assuming you can buy the GPU that I got. Again, if you're buying single order quantity GPUs, you should be able to snipe this with a little bit of effort. The CPU we're going with is a Ryzen 5 9600X. Now, you guys that all said 7600X, we're actually like right on the money as far as how much money you should spend on a CPU for a $1,250 pure performance PC. But the reason why I got the 9600X is because I got it from AliExpress. AliExpress for $177, which is a solid $40, sometimes $50 discount. Boom. 9600X is our CPU. We're going to plug that into a tried and tested MSI Pro B650-S Wi-Fi. This has been a super consistent, reliable, affordable ATX sized AM5 motherboard for us. I've probably bought over 100 of these for the business, probably hundreds, to be honest. Super stable, affordable ATX motherboard for us. For the SSD, here we have a Clev Crass C910. I have also probably bought hundreds of these. This is a 1 terabyte Gen 4 SSD. I really like this. I say this every time, but it has a removable heatsink on here, so you can either choose to just leave it off if you want to use the heatsink that your motherboard may or may not come with, or you can just slap on the one that it includes. I love that feature. I wish every SSD did that. For the RAM, this is some G-Skill Ripjaws S5. This is a 32 gigabyte DDR5 kit, 6000 megahertz, clocked at CL30. Those are the exact specs that I always recommend for a standard gaming PC. 6000 megahertz, CL30. That's all you need. And for cooling the 9600X, we got an AIO in here. I'm still considering this price to performance, or pure performance, because this only costs $51. This is only a few bucks more than an air cooler. You definitely could get an air cooler for a 9600X because it is not terribly difficult to keep cool. But this is the Thermalright Aqua Elite 360 ARGB, specifically the V4 model. There's a feature on the V4 model which I do not like, which I will show you guys a little bit later. But for $51, I mean, this is one of the best in the business in this price range. This is one of the most popular flipping AIOs. Super easy to install everything. It just works. Good to go on that. For powering everything, we have a pretty solid unit, actually. This is the XPG Core Reactor 2 650 watt. It is ATX 3.0. It has a 12 volt high power connector, which we will be taking advantage of. It's also fully modular, 80 plus gold. Pretty sure this is tier B on the new and improved PSU tier list, which is what we want for a over $1,000 gaming PC. And the GPU for our pure performance. Who wants to guess what the GPU is? $1,250. Anime. Oh yeah, there is anime on that. I should have said that. I didn't even notice. My videographer said the same thing when he started filming. We are using the Asus Prime RTX 5070. Now I'm actually under $1,250 for how much money I spent on this. This cost me $550, which was exactly MSRP. Tough to do right now, for sure. But if you have a Micro Center near you, or you snipe the Newegg deals every now and then, you can get it at that price, you know. But let's be honest, it is definitely not readily available. You cannot just go on Newegg right now and buy this for MSRP. We all know that. Like I said, this is a $1,250 pure performance build, assuming you can get the graphics card, you know? It's really tough to make these build guide videos right now because the GPUs are in the situation that they're in. This Asus Prime one, I've actually been really desperate to use this because this is a super clean design. I absolutely love the aesthetics of this GPU. And it's gonna look super clean. Not that aesthetics matter in this type of build. But speaking of aesthetics, we got the Montech XR Wood. I have been a huge fan of the OG Montech XR. I think it is some of the absolute best value for an ATX case that comes with fans. This is the wood version of that, the Montech XR Wood. $80. $80. Montech sent this to me, but it would cost you $80. I think it's available right now, actually. Comes with 4 ARGB fans. It's got this dust cover, which I'm not a huge fan of so far. I thought at first it was supposed to be inside the panel, but it doesn't fit too well, so I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be outside. It makes a big difference aesthetically. I don't know if we're supposed to leave this on here or like what. Like, we'll figure that out later. But yeah, this is the Montech XR Wood. They also sent me the white version, which I'm definitely going to use. I actually wasn't a huge fan of it when they first sent me this, or when they were first talking to me about this. But now that I see it in person, it's actually a little bit better than I was thinking. The wood grain on it, I don't know how well this is going to pick up on camera, but the wood grain it's not real. That's definitely not real wood, but it looks very real. Like the budget and affordable wood grain cases lately have been using like the plastic fake wood, and it looks plastic and fake. This actually looks really good, right? Like that looks real. At least it does in real life. I don't know what it's looking like on camera. And it's just subtle. It's not overly wood grain-ish. I think it's gonna look good. I don't think the ARGB colors are gonna look that great. I have a feeling we're just gonna set those colors to white and call it a day. That way it's just like a nice bright black and wood grain looking build. But yeah, that's it. This is the parts list right here. $1,250 pure performance gaming PC. This is the price that I paid because Asus sent this we have a couple RTX 5070s. I actually don't know if I pay for that one or the other one, but we got some on the shelf. I also didn't pay for the Montech XR Wood, but if you look at this price average here on the right, this is what you would be paying. It's actually under $1,250, but again, that is definitely reliant on if you can get an MSRP GPU. Even if you can't, then this is, you know, going to cost you $1,350. Like 5070 Ti's or 5070s are just not that difficult to snipe in an order quantity of 1. Like every time I go to buy one, I try to buy like 10 of them, and it only lets you buy 1. But yeah, $1,250. That's what we're going to be building today. All right, here we go. Let's get out our motherboard. And we will need our IO shield. We also got some Wi-Fi antennas in there, which we will definitely need at some point, but not right now. And we don't need anything else inside this box. You're not gonna smell it first? Nah. I think we've graduated past the motherboard smell. No smell. Good question. It's been a while since I've smelled a motherboard. Some motherboards do actually smell. This one has no scent, thankfully. All right, here we go. We're gonna flip open that latch. Open the cover here for our CPU. We're gonna inspect some pins. absolutely no damage. Now we're going to get the AliExpress 9600X out. Again, pick this up off AliExpress for... Try and get that in focus. There we go. For $177, if you're comfortable buying from AliExpress, which I am, as long as you buy from the right seller. I saved $50 buying this, just because they have access to getting them a little bit cheaper over with some of those Chinese reseller stores. You gotta be patient with like the 2-week shipping. But if you can handle that, which I can, actually I barely can. This literally arrived today. But that was just in time. Gonna slot that in there, just like that. With AM5 motherboards, it goes in upright. I just have it rotated 90 degrees here. Drop the cover down. Push the latch down so it locks into place. This will pop off, and boom. Our CPU is now installed. We got the 9600X right on there. An hour and 11 minutes into the stream. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Let's go RAM next. Let's go RAM. As a reminder, or if you missed it, this is the G-Skill Ripjaws S5. Super clean, all black, a little bit of branding. 32 gigabyte DDR5 kit, 6000 megahertz, with a CL30 rating. Those are the exact specs that I almost exclusively buy these days. We're gonna make sure that's orientated properly. Apply pressure evenly. Make sure that clicks in there. I'll get some microphone action for you guys. Oh, that wasn't a good one. Sorry. My ASMR skills are not there. Next up, we have our SSD. This is the Clev Crass C910. There's a 1 terabyte. This is a Gen 4 drive. But again, the reason why I buy this one so much is right here. The heatsink for it comes uninstalled. So you could put that on there if you want it, but we don't need it for this one because our motherboard has a better heatsink on it. So we can just leave it off, which is incredibly convenient. And we just use this instead. Plus it's more aesthetic. The price on those drives have went up by $6. Like right this second. I mean, I just bought some earlier this week and they were at like 51. How much I pay? Yeah, they were at like 51 earlier this week. We do need to remove this little plastic protector here on the thermal pad though. Gonna leave that upside down for now. Gonna install the SSD right into there. And then this has one of those little clips where I can just rotate it. And then it is secured in place. And then I can grab this. Oops, wrong way. Put it back over top. And install those screws down. And we're going to use that as our heatsink. Boom. Does that all make sense? Are we all tracking? Everyone tracking that so far? Any questions about installing a CPU, RAM, or SSD? RAM wiggle test? Fantastic idea. We need somebody to start a log or a database of the RAM wiggle test results. Yeah, we'll do that right now. Roger that, tracking. Says Army combat veteran. That makes sense. All right, here's the wiggle test. Let's check this out. How wiggly is this RAM today? Oh, that's about a medium wiggle. It's borderline firm. That RAM does not wiggle nearly as much as some of the other ones do. That's in there, man. That is not terribly wiggly RAM. I know it looks like it's wiggling a lot, but like I'm really moving it. Especially this one. I mean, they're in there pretty good. That is far less wiggly than some of the other ones that I've tested before. Before we wrap up the motherboard prep, let's get out our Aqua Elite 360 ARGB. This is the V4 version. This is why PC flippers absolutely love this. Because it comes pre-installed with the fans. Most AIOs these days do not come with pre-installed fans. It's incredibly convenient when you don't have to install them. If you're building like one single PC, it's not the end of the world. If you have to install the fans yourself, it saves like 5 minutes. But for someone like me, and especially my employees who build like 5 PCs a day, this can save a ton of time. Let's figure out how to prep our motherboard for this though with the Aqua Elite. We need some AM5 instructions. Intel. There's some AMD action right there. Oh, right. This is what also... Oh, wow. I forgot how much I love this. This also just uses the bridges on the motherboard. So we don't even need to prep the motherboard. Man, I forgot about that. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. So all we need to do for AM5... This is as easy as an AIO installation can get. All we need is this part here. We're gonna install the AIO like this. This is gonna be the top of the PC. This is gonna install just like that. So then we need to put this bracket on here so that it lines up nicely. This part I have struggled with before, but just like that. And then these little brackets here, and here, these just kind of warp around the bridges, the plastic bridges that come pre-installed on your motherboard. These little notches, this notch here, and this notch here, it's just gonna wrap around there, and you just tighten it. So the motherboard prep is already done. This is all prepped. They put the fan cables in the correct orientation. Granted, there's going to be a lot of cables in here, but they're all in the correct orientation, so it's towards the back of the case, because this is going to be the front, the visible side of the radiator and the fans, and we're going to install the radiator just like that. So the AIO is prepped, and the motherboard is prepped. It also came with a 3-fan PWM daisy chain adapter, or yeah, not a hub, an adapter, which we will probably take advantage of as well. Really, really, really convenient AIO to use. Big fan of it. Big fan of it. Slot 4 isn't in all the way. It is in all the way. It just needs to be clipped up, but good catch. Sometimes when you install RAM, you install it all the way. Oh, nope. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. Never mind. That was not in all the way. We're good. I doubt you guys could hear it, but I pushed down and it actually did clip in more. Never mind. Great catch. Fantastic catch. I don't know how you guys catch that on camera. It was, I don't know if I can redo the wiggle test. Wow, that totally tracks. I even said that the other RAM stick was more stiff than this one. Let's redo the wiggle test now. That could have been the difference maker right there. All right, let me test this one first. Okay, never mind. That one's still a little bit more wiggly. Ah! Dude, I'm gonna break off these RAM slots one day. I gotta stop doing this. They're about the same. That didn't have nearly as dramatic of an effect that I was hoping. Still about the same amount of wiggle. But great catch on that. I definitely did not install that the whole way. This is the XPG Core Reactor 2 650 watt. Painful the 3 in a bit, he says, finally at my desktop and off mobile. Welcome to the stream, Painful, man. I hope your kids are good. They're doing great, man. Thank you. Where are the XBG girl stickers? Does it come with them? I don't know if it comes with them. I don't see them. Yeah, that anime is literally just for the box. That's kind of weird, actually. There is absolutely nothing anime to do with this power supply at all. Like, that's such a weird concept to me. Like, they put an anime girl on the box for no reason other than, like, decoration. That's actually insane. You would think that it comes with, like, some anime stickers or something representing what's on the box. Like, that is literally just decoration. That's wild to me. That's wild. Absolutely zero functional purpose with that. Guys that like anime will buy it because of that? Yeah, but I mean, well, maybe at like a Micro Center, but like, I didn't know that the box had that when I bought it off Amazon. It doesn't advertise that. 12 volt, 24 pin. 4+4. I'll leave a SATA in here just in case. I don't think we're gonna need the SATA, but just in case if those, maybe the fans in there have a hub or something. I'm not sure. I'm not prepared. We will find out, but better be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. I think she's the mascot of XBG. Oh, really? Okay, well then, well that would make complete sense because now it's not actually random. Yeah, if that's their mascot, then what are we even having this conversation for? That makes sense. That won't be my first choice for a mascot, but if that is their mascot, then that's normal then. I have no idea if that's actually fake news or not though, so don't clip me on that one. No clue. Tiny with the Twitch Prime. Smoking Twitch Prime. Bayer with the tier 1. Appreciate that. Zach anime arc is real. No, right now I'm in the Oblivion remastered arc. And Pokemon. Well, Pokemon is anime, I guess. Although I'm not watching Pokemon. I am playing Pokemon with my kids. Trading card game. Game Boy. All that. 3D printing. That arc has been going on for a while. For some dad... How many dads we got in here? Type a 1 in chat if you're a dad. I need some... to see some dad representation. If you're a dad, let's get some 1s. You guys want to talk about dad life real quick? There we go. There's some dads checking in. I don't know what 2 means. There we go. Only a couple dads on YouTube. I mean, obviously being a dad is tough. Clearly. But one of the easy things about being a dad is the perspective you gain when, like, people ask you, how are you? How you been? How you feeling? Like, as long as my kids are good, dude, I'm good, man. Like, it's so fascinating to see, like, people, like, talk smack. Like, I mean, ZTT, like, I mean, we get some hate, but, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, we don't get a ton of hate. Like, we don't typically deal with a lot of controversy. But when people, like, talk smack in the comment section or on Twitch or whatnot, it's like, nothing phases you as a dad. It's like I literally don't care about anything other than my kids are happy and healthy. It makes life much easier. In my opinion. That's just what I go through. As long as my kids are happy, like, I don't care about I don't care about anybody's opinion, to be honest. Yeah, it's very comforting to like not stress about. I mean, I do stress about my kids being happy and healthy every day. I try not to take it for granted. But yeah, I mean, literally nothing else matters. Like nobody can shake me anymore. You know, nobody can get under my skin. As long as I go home or come home here, the wife, my boys are good. Nothing else matters, man. Steelers could get their next franchise QB in the next 20 minutes. Definitely fall into the Steelers. We'll see, man. 3-kid gang. That's an elite gang right there, man. All right, power supply is all good to go. I just plugged in the 24 pin, the 12 volt, the 4+4, and some SATA power. I don't know if we'll need the SATA power, but just in case, since it is a modular unit, I don't want to do that. Have to do that later. That is plugged in and ready to go. Now we can get out our case. Which again, if you missed the intro of the stream, we got the Montech XR Wood. The Montech XR, there's one more pick, not Sanders. The Montech XR has been out for a while now. It's priced at $75, sometimes on sale for even cheaper. And I have consistently said the Montech XR is some of the absolute best value if you need an ATX case that comes included with ARGB fans. This is just the new and improved wood version of the Montech XR, and it's somehow only $5 more at $80. We're going to take a peek at the back panel and see what kind of cable management Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I did not want to see that. That is a lot of cables. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh boy. That is a lot of cables. The slightly concerning part is there's not a lot of help. It comes with two very poorly Velcro straps. It does come with more in here if you need them, which we will. There's not a whole lot of help, though, with guiding these cables to the right spot. Like, we got this big old bundle coming from the 3 front fans, another top fan here, or rear fan, I should say. All of these RGBs are daisy chained to this connector right here. This is gonna be a project. This is gonna be a project. Now, I'm not actually worried about it because there is plenty of depth here. It's on my finger wrinkle. That's like a solid inch of depth. So even if we had cable extensions, we would have enough room to cable manage, but the case is not really doing us any favors in making the cable management look nice. Like this, we're just gonna have to zip tie, like not even to anything. There's no zip tie down points or anything. Nothing up here, you know, no channels or guide rail type things. But yeah, we will make do. Little overwhelming to start though. Here we go though. That's what the front side looks like. Let's first not forget our IO shield. That case fits a 360 radiator? Yeah, right up at the top. I mean, you could probably fit one in the front too, but we're just gonna install at the top. That way we have the entire case fitted with some RGB action. How do you feel about Rogers? Not super excited. He's not my preference. If he lands his way into Pittsburgh, I will be okay with it, and I will be die-hard rooting for him. But it would not be my preference. All right, motherboard's in. Let's get some screws to secure it down. Did they sign him? No. No, he is still unsigned. Nobody is really excited about Rogers, period. Exactly, yeah. They did label motherboard / SSD screws. I completely forgot the draft was tonight. Dude, I dressed for the occasion so you guys don't forget. Just came from YouTube. What's up, Zach? Welcome, welcome. Glad you made your way over to Twitch to earn some giveaway points. All right, let's do it. How do I sign in? Just type in !giveaway. And then when you go to that website, it'll ask you to sign in. Just sign in with your Twitch account to link it up. I like Twitch over YouTube. There's pros and cons to both. The ads on YouTube are far less egregious compared to Twitch. But, I mean, if you have a sub or a Twitch Prime sub, then that's pretty irrelevant on Twitch. Twitch definitely has a better chat, better conversations. What kind of beer do you drink? Tonight we're sipping on some Dogfish Head. This is a Grateful Dead Juicy Pale Ale. I usually don't buy a lot of pale ales, but this was brand new, and I've always been a big Dogfish Head fan. They're pretty popular up here in the Northeast. You need to update the command for specs of your PC, brother? Yeah, good call on that one. I haven't thought about that command in a really long time. Love from Peru. Thanks for watching, man. Do you know what chat he is reading? I got both up, man. I always got both up. Did those screws come with the case or the motherboard? The case. The case will almost always come with all the screws that you need to build the PC. If it doesn't, then you probably bought a very cheap case. I don't remember the last time a case didn't come with absolutely every screw that I needed. Well, I shouldn't say that. The tiny little M.2 SSD screw, that one your motherboard should come with. Everything else to assemble the PC should come with the case. I'm rocking a 5700 XT. What are your opinions? I love the 5700 XT, man. I have used that quite often in my builds, in my budget builds. That is some of the best value that you can get for a used budget 1080p graphics card. Highly recommend the 5700 XT. It's got RTX 3060 level of performance for like 150 bucks. What's not to love? Plugging in my HD audio connector now. Here in the bottom left. Can't go Team Red? What? Can't go Team Red? First of all, I don't think that you should go Team anything. These are companies trying to increase their shareholder price. You should not be loyal, in my opinion, to any of them. But B, if you were going to be loyal to them, I mean, you could make a valid argument that you should go Team Red right now. In my opinion. Now more than ever. Favorite game of all time? Favorite game of all time? I don't have that readily in my brain. I mean, I've definitely played WoW the most. I got the fan connector plugged in. RGB. I think we're just gonna try to daisy chain all of the RGB stuff. It's probably not going to work. And I'm actually not going to plug it into the motherboard right now. I will for the video, but for the live stream, I'm not going to do it because I want to see what all of these RGBs look like, or so you guys can see what all of the RGBs look like on stream. So we're going to hold off on that. So now what we have to do is start attempting to cable manage this absolute mess back here. Usually with pure performance gaming PCs, cable management is on the easier side. But since we got all these fans and then we got an AIO with more fans coming in, we got a... That is not the one I wanted to open, but while I'm here, I will need one of these. And hopefully nothing else. '18th pick gone. Not Sanders. Dude, we're gonna get Sanders, aren't we? It looks like a nest. Yeah, this is definitely a bad one. This could be a problem. This one could definitely be a problem. We're gonna need a lot of zip ties here. I don't even know where to start, so we're just going to start and see where this mess takes us. Whenever I have an overwhelming cable management project like this, my best piece of advice is to literally just start. Just start ratcheting down or zip tying down things. See where the cables fall. I don't even need one right there. See where no, I do need one right here. And then just zip tie as you go. I don't have a super strategic plan ahead of me. You think Sanders is going to get to play with Hunter? No, I think Sanders is going to go to the Steelers, man. This first one just happens to be a very tough spot to put a zip tie, but we got it. What headset are you wearing? It's the Corsair HS80. You can type in ! headset for the link. When's the next ITX build? Good question. I don't know. Good question. All right, so what we're going to do here... So these cables all just kind of fall down there. I'm going to zip tie them underneath this Velcro strap, which may sound redundant, and it probably is. But since they're up here at the top floating, I want them to be tight so they don't like sag down here and be very unaesthetic. And a Velcro strap doesn't really let you get that super tight pull. I also don't want to pull on it too tight though, because I don't want to damage the connectors up top there. So a zip tie will let me get a little bit more dialed in on the tightness of this cable bundle, because all these, I don't want these to have like nasty bends where over time it starts degrading. But again, I do want it to be somewhat tight there. So that way that's all clean. And then over here, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do. I mean, I guess I could just loop it through one of these. I could just loop it through like that, a tiny little. It's not the most aesthetic thing, but I don't think anybody's gonna notice. These are just fan holes. These are not cable management tie down points. So I will be able to see this zip tie in the front, but I think it's going to be worth it. Cable management is rough. Yeah, this is not an easy one. This is not on the easier side. Okay. There we go. Boom. Now that at least looks kind of a little bit neater, I'm going to do that one more time. Over here. We're not going to be installing fans here, so that's okay. Are all those cables just the fan? Yeah, the majority of these cables are the 4 installed fans, because all 4 fans have both a PWM cable and a 3-pin ARGB cable, and they're all just daisy chained together. There's no hub or anything. That's why it looks super overwhelming. But now we have that. See how we already cleared up a good bit of mess right there? You just gotta take it one cable zip tie at a time. And we can get through this. Now, I am going to zip tie again, ma'am. Because... Or, no, I guess at this point, I can start to Velcro strap down. We'll Velcro strap down. On ESPN? Yeah, I got ESPN pulled up. Why? Am I delayed or something? As of right now, I see that the... I see that the Buccaneers pick is in, but... And they're showing Sanders? I don't know if that means that they picked him or not. I hope not. I mean, if we got this far, I want Sanders. Knuckles with the 1.1 thousand biddies. Thank you very much, man. No message. Appreciate that. Gonna do a couple more zip ties up here. No, you're on time? Okay, good. There we go. See, it's starting to clean up. It's cleaning itself up a little bit. And now this whole rat's nest down here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, the case doesn't do us any favors. There's no zip tie points. There's one here and one here. Like, we really need... Oh, wow, they didn't get them. We really need something else. But we can just continue. Continue zip tie. I'm actually going to zip tie over here first to get this cable pulled. Or I guess I don't need to. No, I don't need to do that. We'll leave that there. I'm just going to kind of zip tie this whole thing. Have you thought about a zip tie gun? Is that a thing? No, I have not thought about it. Is that something I should actually consider? It sounds useful. Is that the real deal? There we go. Oh, I left the cable out. I gotta redo it. That's gonna bother me. Accidentally left the cable out. Whenever cutting zip ties, definitely make sure that you're not cutting the actual cables by accident. I think a gun is too strong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a zip tie gun is capable of. Do you like the Montech Flux? The Montech Flux is literally my absolute favorite case right now. If I had to pick a singular favorite case, it would be the Montech Flux. Yeah, I love it. It's the complete opposite of this in terms of cable managing. I don't think there's an easier case to build inside of right now than the Montech Flux. I think that's as easy as it gets. You can cable manage the entire Montech Flux without a zip tie. It's got so many tie down points and clips and just everything that you need for a good cable management job. Okay. All right. How we feeling? Let me tie this one down real quick. How we feeling now? Do we have a little bit more confidence? Let me cut all these real quick. How are we feeling about that rat's nest? Is this relaxing anybody's nerves? Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel much more much more relaxed looking at this now. Is that okay with you guys? That's actually a pretty clean job, if I do say so myself. That gives me confidence that this PC build can continue. 400% better. I don't know. Let's get our power supply. We're gonna do one final check on that 12 volt connector in the back. Make sure that's good to go. And then that's gonna drop in here like this. Gonna go underneath that little bundle of cables here. And we can flip this up and install it from the back down here. The power supply, for people that were asking about the screws, both the case and the power supply will usually come with the power supply screws. So that's how you can get ahead of the game a little bit. Gonna install those 4 screws now. What case is this? It is the Montech XR Wood. It just released, I want to say maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And it just got to my house today. Gio with the $10 YouTube super chat, thank you, says, "Hey Zach, I'm wondering what a good you." I promise I'm not tipsy. I'm wondering what a good you for my Intel Core i9 14900K. Oh, what's a good GPU, maybe? Autocorrect? I don't trust the internet. My budget is around 600 to 700. For your 14900K, 600 to 700, I would try to get personally, a 9070 XT. I think that's probably your best bet. Let's build. Steelers don't have a draft until round 3 now. We don't have any round 2 picks, so we got a few days until the next one. All right, there we go. 24 pin plugged in. Let's grab this 4+4 for the CPU. Oh man, it's a nasty bend up here. It's a 2 CPU ordeal up here. Just kind of hard to plug in, but we'll figure it out. There we go. Bang. Oh man. Gonna route up the 12-volt high power connector. Yeah, I was watching the draft. I'm tracking. I'm cool with the DT. That is the #1 position that we needed. That'll work. All right, I'm just going to kind of hide the SATA power in there for now. So now we just got to add these new connectors that we just added for the power supply. I'm actually going to route the 24 pin down this way. Or not the 24 pin, the 4+4. I feel like it might actually look better coming down the middle. I almost never put the 4+4 over here, but I don't know why I'm feeling it right now, but it's just what feels right. And then here we'll wrap that. We'll put this on the side like this, pull this tight, like so. And then we'll definitely want to zip tie down here to keep the big 24 pin on the left, the cable bundle in the middle, and then the 4+4 on the right. We don't want them stacking up like they're already trying to do. From a Velcro, a zip tie will give us a little bit more control. That way the bump doesn't come up and stop you from plugging in the case, or installing the rear panel, I mean. There we go. That's the cable management so far without the AIO in there. Looking good. Looking good. It's going to be a complete mess once this AIO goes in there. But not too bad. Not too bad. Now I'm going to remove this top dust protector there. Not dust protector. Dust. Oh my god. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, I'm completely drawing a blank. The dust, not panel, filter, dust filter. Thank you. My god. I've been staying up way too late playing Oblivion Remastered, man. My brain's fried. Filter, yes, thank you. What do you think of the Okonos Infinity Mirror case fans? Dude, I haven't seen that. Oh, I gotta check those out, man. I gotta check those out. The owner of I think he's the owner of Okonos, or maybe not the owner. I don't know. Someone at Okonos just asked to grab a cup of coffee at Computex. Little did they know that I'm not going to Computex, so that's definitely not going to happen. I was not aware that they made Infinity Mirror case fans. That sounds great. I definitely want to try that. Definitely want to try that. All right, we got all these fans untwist tied. Before we navigate that up here, let's find us some radiator screws. Which are in here. Squish him with a 300 bit. He says, at least it's fried by gamers and not funky stuff. Fried by gamers. What are you talking about? What? I'm lost. One radiation with Twitch Prime sub. Thank you. Is my brain not working again, or are you not making sense? Is that one on me or you? What real-time CPU and GPU monitoring software do you recommend? I mean, I've always used MSI Afterburner with Riva Tuner. What overlay software are you guys using right now? What is your current go-to overlay software? MSI Afterburner? Whatever your GPU has? Etc. What are you guys using? Nothing? That's also... HW Info. Yep, that works. Steam Overlay. Yes, that also works. Yeah, Steam Overlay is something that I need to spend more time in. I never gave that a true test. Afterburner. A couple people saying AMD built... Yeah, that AMD built-in one, I like. That's good. That's the type of stuff I learn by constantly switching my daily driver GPU. Yeah, that's the main reason why I'm trying it right now. It works pretty good. AMD overlay for the win, yeah. Team nothing. NZXT cam, that'll work. That'll work. How do I see my giveaway points? Type in ! giveaway. Make sure you're logged in via Twitch. That way your account is earning the giveaway points. All right, so what we got to do is we got to kind of just set... These are very short fan cables. I don't know why they did it like this. I guess what we can do is we can daisy chain. I don't really see how we would do it any different. We can daisy chain the PWM fan cables now because they're not long enough to comfortably route to the back of the case. So this will help that situation out a little bit. So it just came with this 3 connector PWM to 1, so we can plug all 3 of these fans into one header on our motherboard. So that is what I am plugging in right now. So now these are all connected like that to this one PWM connector. So now I can take that whole rat's nest and start feeding it. Oh my god, this is gonna be so bad. There we go. There we go. That and that. Okay. So now I can set that in here. Start routing these through the back of the case because we're gonna want to pull those tight after we install the radiator. we can't just all send them all back through the same hole in the case, because we want it to take the shortest route possible. So I'm picking which one's the closest. And then we got this thing for the PWM. There we go. Now they're all routed back. Pull tight all the cables. And now I'm holding the radiator up. I got the screw already in the screwdriver. And I'm gonna get one screw in, trying to keep it even from left to right. Got that one in the front left corner. And now I'm gonna screw in the back right corner. And with those two screws, the radiator isn't gonna go anywhere. So I don't have to hold it up anymore, but I am gonna screw in more, obviously. Make sure it's really secure. Like so. Probably put in two more. Actually, it's a 360. I'll put in some more. Just to make sure it's in there. Not going anywhere. The giveaway is not today, correct? Correct. May 8th is the next drawing. So I mean, people have been earning points for like 4 weeks, but if you're just tuning in, from now until May 8th, you can rack up points totally for free just by watching the streams. And then on May 8th is when we're going to draw the 5070 Ti PC. Okay, so that's all mounted. Now we can mount the CPU or the AIO block to the CPU. Dare I say, this is getting pretty clean. This is how this is going to mount. We have even more cables here, which we will deal with in just a bit. We are 100% going to remove the sticker from the AIO. It is 100% removed. We definitely did not forget to do that. Now I'm going to get some thermal paste. I don't know which one of these is open, though. I can never tell. This one looks open. No, that is way too secure on there. So is that one. Maybe it's this one. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just gonna put a little pea-sized dot on here. A little bit bigger than a pea. Make sure we get some nice even distribution around the whole CPU. Like so. Now, this one's a simple install, but it can be a little tricky. There's not a lot of play here. You gotta make sure these are unscrewed, these little brackets here, without them popping off. You're a little to the right. Yeah, that wasn't perfectly in the center, was it? Now loosen these up a little bit, or a lot, I should say. And now these hooks, where this finger is and this thumb is, are gonna hook around the bridges on the motherboard. It's definitely a little tricky, but we're gonna give it our best effort here. I'm definitely gonna have to stand up for this, so I can see. And you guys might not actually see what I'm doing, because of my bald spot getting in the way, but... Gotta do both at the same time. I got the top one hooked over. Currently trying to get the bottom one hooked and around. This is where it becomes a little tricky, because you got to keep your finger on the top one or else it'll unhook itself. There we go. Now they're both hooked in. I'm still going to keep applying pressure top and bottom, but now I can tighten them down. Gonna go a little bit on the top, a little bit on the bottom, Go back up to the top, just evenly applying that pressure. Back to the bottom. And now I can screw that one in the whole way. Screw this one in the whole way, and boom. That block is now secured on the CPU. Just like that. That was not too bad. Okay. Now I'm gonna plug in the PWM connector for the AIO. Very difficult to get under here because we have our AIO installed now, but there's just enough room to fit that in there, and I will route that cable back in the back to pull it tight so it's not just hanging out up here. And then I'm also going to untwist tie the RGB connection because we need to daisy chain these RGB cables into all of the other various RGB products that we have scattered around here. Does that all make sense? Are we still all tracking? Is everybody still tracking that whole process? Any questions? Any questions about that? Yeah, still tracking you? Trying to get this through. We good? Not doing anything revolutionary here. What case is this? It's the Montech XR Wood. What's the other option that we have at $550? There is only one for current gen. So it was between, nobody said it yet. The RX 9070 is also at 500. Yep, there you go. Cookie Cat's got it. The 9070 is also there. And then it's just, do you want the 5070 or the 9070? You know, we don't have a lot of options. So it's one or the other. Okay, that is all routed to the back. So now we have to, whoops. Now we have to once again deal with a new rat's nest. But this is the last rat's nest of the night, of the evening. You gotta deal with this one more time. They both like 700. Yeah, I mean, that if you search right now, like right this very second, you are more than likely not going to find a MSRP 9070 or 5070. This is, it's not that this build is flawed, it's just we can't do that right now. You can't just buy current gen GPUs right now, at least here in the United States. So guides like this are for whenever you do have the ability. You can buy 5070s for MSRP. It's not terribly difficult to just get one of them at MSRP. But you got to exercise some patience. You got to snipe the deals. You got to go to a micro center, ideally. And you got to keep tabs on the marketplaces like Newegg. You know, they're out there. If you set up the alerts, which is what we do at the office, if you set up the alerts to tell you when 5070s come into stock, like the MSRP 5070s and even 5070 Ti's are definitely possible right now. 5080s, not really. Okay, so what I'm doing now is, I don't know what this is for. Oh, that's the fan for all three of those fans. Got it. Now we have to daisy chain the RGB from those three fans. So I am going to attempt to daisy chain that to everything else. That might be a mistake, but we are going to try. Oh, actually, it might not even let us. This is a weird Yeah, that connector is not even going to let us daisy chain there. That is a big time shame. But we will be okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to daisy chain those 3 fans together. Actually, we should have 4 for the pump. Yeah, we got 4 here. Okay. $5080 Astral now, or keep trying my luck for a 5090? I mean, that is a valid question. I don't know, man. It depends on what GPU you currently have and how happy you are. If you like don't have a gaming PC at all, then I'd probably lean closer to the 5080. I mean, the Astral is an extremely expensive card. But if you currently have like a 4080 Super or something and you're just an animal, then I would wait for the 5090. But if you're not gaming at all and all of your friends are gaming and you anxiously just want to start playing, I would get what you can now. Because a 5080 at the end of the day is still a very, very good graphics card. Okay. Those are all daisy chained together. Gonna start cable managing this. Mr. Brainiac with the Twitch Prime. Vip with the Twitch Prime. Squish him with the 326 bit. He says, random question, but what is your favorite kind of pizza? Probably buffalo chicken pizza. I'm a big fan of putting some buffalo chicken on my pizza, man. I'm not a favorite pizza kind of guy, though. Like, I just like pizza. Some meat lovers is good. Some pepperoni with pineapples, of course, good. Obviously. I just like pizza, man. There we go. Buffalo chicken is such a Steelers fan answer. Is it? Why? Is that popular in Pittsburgh? If so, I don't know about that. Pineapple question mark? Yeah. No veggies? I mean, I don't need veggies on my pizza. I don't mind them, but that has typically over the last decade been probably our most popular order. Buffalo chicken is probably close second. Pepperoni, pineapple, and bacon. Guys get so triggered. Oh man, pizza toppings is such a fun conversation. Alright. Managing this a little bit more. This is actually a pretty good cable management job. I think I was like too scared for how bad the starting point was for this cable management that I just went into like full concentration mode. And this actually turned out to be some of my absolute best cable management that I've ever done in my life. I mean, that is certainly up there. I'm not usually an Instagram-worthy cable management chaser, but this is definitely up there. Why pineapple? I mean, because it tastes delicious on pizza. Do we have gaming today, sir? I'm in love with the dad gaming. I am in love with it too, but it is 11 o'clock and we're not done yet. We're almost done, but not quite done. Okay. I gotta get something out of here. This is, if you're copying this build from the YouTube video that we're gonna eventually make for this, those people are definitely not going to do this, but I need a SATA-powered RGB connector. I actually need 2 of them because I can't daisy chain them all together because the connectors just don't fit with each other. So what I'm going to do is, this is why I kept those SATA power connectors, just in case if we need them. This is literally exactly why I do that. And that way, this is not how I'm going to set up the PC for the YouTube video. For the YouTube video, hold on, want to keep that train of thought. For the YouTube video, I'm definitely going to plug in the ARGB connectors directly to the motherboard, which is what I suggest you do. For the stream and the stream only, I'm using these temporary ARGB connectors. That way, on stream, we can see what the RGBs will look like. I'm most likely just setting them to white anyway. I don't think the color is going to look that good, especially when we are going for a pure performance vibe. But I want to see what that white color looks like on the stream, so that's why we are using these instead of the motherboard. Because with the motherboard, you got to install Windows, you got to install RGB software, you got to jump through a million hoops and all that. With this, we can just press these little buttons down here to control our RGBs, and we will be absolutely set. But before we do that, we got to install our graphics card. For those of you that were watching an ad, I don't remember who said it, but somebody suggested that I don't unbox this until the ad break was over, so you can thank that person, whoever said it. I thought that was an excellent idea. Here it is. This is the Asus Prime RTX 5070. I honestly think that the Asus Prime GPUs are extremely slept on for RTX 50 series. Not necessarily any other series, but I personally think that they really nailed the simple, clean aesthetic of these RTX 50 series cards. I mean, that is just, I love this all black on black Prime right there. I just think that is so clean. I love how that looks. And then we just got some white and black. Before we install that, let's make sure that we remove the correct PCIe brackets. I think it's the third one down. Yeah, the third and the fourth one down. Uninstalling these right here. It does look skinny, yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the 50 series cards are not huge, other than the 5090s. Where'd that go? Oh, right here. All right, take that off. Plug that in like so. Dude, that's looking good, man. That's looking good. Push up a little bit. Try and prevent some sag. There's a little sag. A little sag. Well, we might actually have some sag brackets we can use temporarily. Gonna plug in the 12 volt adapter. And I'm gonna double and triple check it to make sure that that is plugged in all the way. I'm gonna re-plug this in. Bang. Clean? What we thinking? Should we turn it on? Is that clean out of 10? Bang. Nope. Power supply switch is on. Now here we go. Hold on. Let's get it tuned. I want to see all white first. I just want to go all white. That's white. That's not changing. Hold on. Oh, did I just have it? Hold on, I gotta switch the mode first. There we go. Now the color. Wait, no, that is not the right mode. There we go. No, that's still not right. This is why you want to use your motherboard software. There we go. All white? What we thinking? Put the dust filter on? I don't know, man. I feel like that dust filter is gonna really lower the RGB effect. How does that look? Got dog hair on it now. That wasn't smart. Okay, that actually doesn't do much to the RGBs. We're okay. Looks blue on... Oh, wow. Oh, wait, it is blue. Is it shifting? Or did I just not see it right? That is very blue. I could have sworn I left it on white. That's white. That is definitely white. What we thinking? What we thinking? I'm kind of digging it, man. Now that's white. There you go. Whitish blue. Yeah, it's actually, no, it is a touch of blue in real life. White looks good. Now it's clean. There we go, man. I don't think any color would look good other than white. I think we gotta go all white. With the wood, I don't think wood grain and RGB is a good combination. I don't want to... Like, the black and wood grain is too sophisticated of a look that I don't want to go with. I don't want to go with any color for it. I think the white kind of brightens up the build a little bit. I'm gonna close. This is what the final cable management looks like. Honestly, that's some of my best work. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I usually don't go that all out for cable management, but I was feeling it today. Sometimes when you're feeling it, you just gotta go for it, you know? Clean cable management. Yeah, that's some of my best work right there. That is not an everyday occurrence. There we go. The $1,250 pure performance build is complete.